Shalom, shalom. Giving all praises to my Heavenly Father. His name is Yahweh, by Yeshim, Yahweh Shai, by Yeshim, Rakah Hagradash, the minds of the apostles, and the elders that were well. Peace. Many salutations to Yakyam toiling in his truth. Wanted to come with a quick sit down, going into hell. Hope, is an anchor, of the soul. And what is an anchor used for? Well, an anchor is used to stop a ship when it's approaching land, and also it prevents a ship from colliding with, objects that can harm the ship, right? That's why, prayer is so important. Reading His Word is so important, man. Fasting, getting closer to the Heavenly Father, because man, that's the anchor right there, man. That's gonna keep your soul, especially in the times that we're coming into. Having faith, you know what I'm saying? And faith is something that's very intimate. You dig? You know, faith is something that's very, very intimate, man. You know, and you have to, find that for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So this is Hebrews 6:19. Straight to it. Which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, uh, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil. I'm gonna start, man. Let me read up. Let me read up. Verse 16. For man verily swear by the greater, in the oath for confirmation is to them at end of all strife, wherein the Most High willingly more abundantly to shew unto the heirs of promise the immobility of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath, that by two immutable things in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fled for refuge to lay hold upon the hope that is set before us. So the Most High swear by two things that cannot be changed. You know what I'm saying? His word and his name. That the elect would receive, this beautiful knowledge, the hope, of salvation. Which embodies a lot. Hope, is connected with faith, connected with knowledge of the Most High, connected to the mysteries of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? All these things, you know, they're all interconnected, and all these things that we see, that we have spiritually speaking, I should say, not necessarily see, but have spiritually speaking, are the anchors to our salvation, our souls. So when things get crazy, hectic in your life, you have the understanding, to center you, or that faith to center you. You know what I'm saying? Verse 19, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil, wherewith whether the forerunner is for us entered, even Yahweh Shai, made an high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. Right? So the point is in verse 19, that hope that we have keeps us steadfast, keep us steady in this truth, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, that's gonna be very important in times that we're living in. Let's say Isaiah 33:6. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure, right? So this knowledge that we have is going to be an anchor, you know, in the times that we're living in, it's going to keep us stable. Conversely, these people in the world, they're not going to know what's going on. And so when calamity hits, they're going to be, you know, uh, surprised. But we're not going to be surprised because we have hope in, better days. We understand that it has to get very bad out here in order for it to get good. Understanding the will of the Heavenly Father, we know that things got to get dark out here in order for it to get better. You know what I mean? And that's the beautiful thing of, this truth. The Most High giving you certain knowledge, putting you in certain scenarios so that you can refine yourself. And the people in the world, they don't have that. They don't have accountability. See, the thing about here, in GMS, it's a level of accountability, man. It's a beautiful thing, because that accountability is going to make you grow, spiritually speaking. It's going to make your anchor, even more firm, even more firm, especially as the times that, that we're going into, like I say, symbolically speaking, you're that ship, so, we're about to collide into, a glacier, which, can be symbolically a problem or object. You have that anchor to stop you from colliding into certain things, like the young boys say, crashing out. You ain't gonna crash out, when all hell breaks loose, versus these people in the world, man. Woo! They ain't gonna know what to do when things hit. Okay? Let me go to I'm thinking about one as I'm speaking. We brought this out yesterday. First Thessalonians 5:1. But at the times and of the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You see that? So we know perfectly that the day of the Lord is gonna come as a thief in the night. It's gonna be bad. You know what I'm saying? We understand the times and the seasons, and that's a beautiful start, because we understand the times we're living in. Fear, you know, comes to mind. Refining yourself, all these things. We have a chance, so that's a beautiful thing, man. You know, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. For when they say peace and safety, then shall sudden destruction come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. You see that? So we're not, in darkness like the people in this world. Okay? Why is that? Because the knowledge that was bestowed unto us. Okay? So the Most High is going to give the elect a spirit to operate a certain way when his time hits. Okay? Again, that's going to be the anchor, that's going to stop the elect's individual souls from being shipwrecked. Okay? Let me give you guys a scenario of let's see, 27 and 30. A scenario of a let me see here. I hope it don't shut off on me. Give you guys an example of a anchor being utilized in these scriptures, and it is 27 verse 30. Now I'm in Acts the 27th chapter. Let's see here. I believe this is the one in which Right. Yep. This is the one right here. So when you're reading this, it was several ships that it was several um storms that was going on when uh Paul here was being taken to Rome. Okay. And here Paul, comfort the other people, and it was assuring them that, everything was gonna be fine. But, they were shipwrecked, you know, several times, man. But, you know, there's a scenario in there in which, the anchor of a ship was being used. Now, I find that very interesting that in the midst of, everything that was going on, Paul was cool, calm, collected, because he had that faith. So symbolically speaking, you know, Paul had his own anchor. Now, as you can see, if you read on your screen in Acts 27, verse 27, it says shipwreck. I'm gonna stop there. You know what I'm saying? And I read down. It says Acts 27 and 27, and I'm reading in NLT. It says about midnight on the 14th night of the storm, as we were being driven across the sea of Adria, the sailors, since land was near, they dropped a weighted line and found that the water was about what was 120 feet deep. But a little later, they measured again and found it was only 90 feet deep. At this rate, they were afraid we were soon be driven against the rocks along the shore. So they threw out 4 anchors from the back of the ship and prayed for daylight. See that? So as you can see, they thought that they were going to be shipwrecked. So what did they do? They threw an anchor out to stop the ship. But symbolically speaking, that's what we do when we depend on our faith, when we depend on the Heavenly Father. You see what I'm saying? Verse 30. Then these sailors tried to abandon the ship. They lowered the lifeboats as though they were going to put all out anchors for the front ship. But Paul said to the commanding officer and the soldiers, "You will all die unless the sailor stay abroad." So the soldiers cut the ropes of the lifeboat and let it drift away. Just as they were dawning, Paul urged everyone to eat. "You have been so worried that you haven't touched food for 2 weeks. Please eat something now for your own good, for not a hair of your heads will perish." So here you had Paul showing faith. He's showing that anchor, man. That symbolic anchor, that spiritual anchor, which is faith, hope, you know. Then he took some bread, gave thanks to the Most High before them all, and broke off a piece and ate it. And everyone was encouraged and began to eat. All 276 of us who were on board, right? So they can begin to eat, and eventually, yes, they endured more. They endured more storms, but they were able to survive. And a lot of that has to do with the hope of Paul, which was, you know, which is an anchor for the soul. So pray this edifying. You don't want to make this too long. All praise to my Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Ishim Bakar Gradash, double honor to the Apostle Ezra Well. Shalom, bros.